I'm Jacob.
I'm Yuri.
And we're going for a drive.
'21 BMW M5.
Competition with launch control. Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay,
Yo,
that's really fast.
Roller coaster vibes. Horsepower and torque.
617 horsepower, 553 pound-feet of torque from a 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8.
God damn.
Yeah, that is really fast. And those shifts are so fast too, like holy crap, man. So we're doing things a little differently this year. We are obviously on a racetrack, so everything is closed to us only, very safe circumstances.
All right, let's do a little bit of corner 3, 4, 5 and see how this feels. But it is a little rainy / icy right now.
Yes, so I do have the traction off, but I'm still in all-wheel drive mode because this is capable of 100% rear-wheel drive. So let's see if I can induce some oversteer. Yep, throttle oversteer, no problem. And what about understeer? Not too bad, but it is quite icy.
Yeah, if it was dry. Oh yeah, there's a little understeer.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a little sketchy sometimes.
Yeah, you just got to be careful because you know the conditions that we're in.
Yeah, like every car would be like that a little bit here.
Exactly. So let's just do a little bit more throttle oversteer, just a tiny bit because it's so much fun to do and super controllable. Love it.
So now into cliche slide corner in two-wheel drive mode.
Yes, this is drift mode, traction fully off, 100% rear-wheel drive, and it's so controllable, it's so easy.
Well, didn't they set a world record drift with a refuel in 2 of these?
Yes, on Continental tires, might I add. Yeah, shout out Continental for sponsoring that.
All right, onto the road. So this is the 7th gen, and this is a mid-cycle refresh.
Yes, except BMW calls mid-cycle refreshes LCI, and you know what that stands for?
Hit me with it.
Life cycle impulses.
I mean, okay.
They have changed quite a bit, but they also haven't changed quite a bit.
Okay, what they did for this one is they updated the headlights to be more like the newer ones.
Yeah, and overall the front bumper as well.
Then the taillights are more updated to be like the newer ones, but the body lines are still the old style sweet spot BMW body lines.
Right, so they changed what they could without changing the overall structure of the car because it's much cheaper to do that.
And then they've also done some infotainment stuff too, especially compared to that 2018 M5 that we drove. That was a 2018.
Yeah, that's right. And it wasn't even a competition. This is a competition. And fun fact, Canada only gets the competition. You can't get the regular M5 here.
And then what is this color?
This is Imola Red. This is a individual color, so you got to pay extra for this.
It does not match the brake calipers, but it's close enough and it looks really sick.
It does look really good.
I've never seen any big luxurious BMW in such a bright color.
Yeah, and I really like this update, but I don't love it, and I didn't dislike the previous one, so I'm totally okay with either one.
Yeah, 100%.
The headlights do look really good. They're kind of just like elongated, and the grille is also kind of been updated, but we don't have a massive grille, which is really nice.
It does match BMW, new BMW. It would be fun if they did a life cycle, whatever, of the M4 instead of doing a full M4.
Oh man, people would have loved that. And since we're talking about these headlights, BMW just teased the M5 CS, and the headlights are yellow, inspired by motorsports, and that is amazing.
I like it.
I love it. That's so cool, because it's not amber, it's yellow.
Okay, wheels.
Wheels are pretty good, especially considering these are winters, but the regular ones are just like classic 5-spokes.
And then what would be the Continental recommended tire for an M5 competition?
The Sport Contact 6, and in the winter, the Conti Winter Contact TS830P.
And then competition does mean you're getting blacked out trim everywhere, which does look pretty badass.
That's right, and we also have these kind of like fake side vent things, except I believe they're real, so I will take my fake word back, because if you stick your fingers in deep enough, it kind of looks real.
Yeah, but like having a black badge on a black grille, like you can barely see it, but I guess that's part of the competition part of it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then how about the exhaust tips?
Exhaust tips are awesome. They are 100% real, and they are carbon, and we do have the optional $6,000 titanium exhaust, and it looks and sounds amazing.
And what does it sound like from the
outside?
It's really good.
Yeah, this thing crackles and pops. Like, it's insane. It's actually crazy how much this crackles and pops. Like, you have to get it below 70, so I'm just going to give us a little bit of downshifts right now, get some crackles. every single time.
I think it's the perfect audio level for being inside the car and driving because it is very insulated, but you can still hear a lot of things. But when you're outside, it's so friggin' loud. You cold start this, your neighbors are gonna hate you.
God, I feel like the biggest piece of S in the world because every time I cold start this at like 6, 7 in the morning if I have to, it is so loud.
Yeah, but it's sick. I like this setup a lot.
I like it a lot too, but I'm honestly kind of embarrassed and I feel guilt for the first time starting a really loud car. I've never felt that before.
So overall, looks-wise, was it a huge change? Is it a huge improvement?
I would say it's definitely a lateral move. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just right down the middle.
It had to be done, and they did a great job of doing it.
Exactly. So as you guys saw us earlier launch this does do 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.3 seconds, which is so fast. And we do have a ZF 8-speed, and it is so good. Love the ZF 8-speed in every single car. And because this is an M car, we can actually change the shift time, which is really nice because you can actually just smooth it out if you just want nice smooth transitions, or you can have violent ones.
Yeah, but I think this is the most difficult BMW shifter to understand of all the M cars, but it's fine. It's all that comes in. It's like it's good.
Yeah, you and I, well, especially me, I've been revving at people in neutral because I'm thinking I'm in drive and I feel bad. But anyways, this shifter kind of sucks, but you get used to it eventually. And then what you don't get used to, or at least I can't, and I still don't like because the previous gen had the way better system, is this M mode and this setup.
Yeah, you have to change everything in the infotainment through the setup, and then you can program it to your M1 and M2 buttons on the steering wheel, which are actually like the coolest buttons ever. It's just something you need to do in advance. You can't just hop in and assume your BMW M5 competition is going to be good for what you want to do.
That's right, and I really miss having those individual hard buttons for each mode.
And the drive mode stuff you can change is the engine, chassis, steering, and the X drive. So you got Sport Plus, and chassis and engine. And then you only have Sport or Comfort steering.
Yeah, and the only way to get this into two-wheel drive, 100% rear-wheel drive mode is to have the traction fully off, as you saw in the beginning of the video.
Which makes sense, it's a good system.
Yeah, I mean, people that are gonna do that will want the traction to be fully off.
And what's cool about that is you can actually stay in automatic, where on drift mode in a Mercedes, you need to be in manual mode.
That's right, and it's a whole sequence of things that you have to do in a Mercedes, whereas this, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, but they have an E63S wagon and there's no M5 wagon.
Oh, I know.
And then when we're talking about suspension in this car, it's like kind of comfortable, but also kind of like stiff.
Yeah, so you have to come into this expecting a competition. Like, it's literally called competition.
Dude, even the M5.
Yeah, I know. So this does get pretty stiff, but it's not unbearably stiff. It's just stiff in comparison to other luxury vehicles.
But overall, it's like very comfy for normal driving.
Exactly. You really only notice it under like bad pavement, and then you just put it into comfort suspension. It's still pretty fine. And I hated the steering feel in the previous gen M5. I feel like they improved it quite a bit in this one, but it still does that kind of like rubbery thing where it just always wants to kind of bounce back to center.
Yeah, and I'm not overanalyzing it, and I feel great behind the wheel, steering this thing anywhere I want to go.
Yeah, it's not like you can't get it to do what you want to do, but it just doesn't feel as good as the M2, but that's a very high benchmark.
All right, so I guess it's my time to drive.
Yes, it is. Do a little launch.
No launch control. I'm going to be in manual with my head-up display off, so I get the cool shift lights in the gauge cluster.
Good luck shifting on time.
Oh my!
I noticed you shifting early, but you did catch it exactly every time.
When my eyes see red, the hand goes click.
I think you shifted on yellow the first time. The rest of the gears were on red.
Okay, whatever, man. Okay, this thing is like lightning fast,
It is.
even without a launch control.
Straight up rocket ship.
And then if I'm driving in automatic and just floor it,
wow, that boost. Dude,
it kicks in really hard, but it takes like an instant to get there.
Yeah, and then once that boost hits, you're just getting thrown right in the back seat almost.
All right, Kuga corners 3 through 5.
Let's see what this does for Yuri.
Little understeer until you...
It's so easy and so controllable.
Yeah, I told you we're Chris Harris.
There you go.
Yeah. No, this is like, as long as you have car control, you can get through exactly how you want to. And now to cleat slide corner in two-wheel drive, and I wouldn't try this unless they set a world record with this car first.
Exactly, and we do have a closed course, which is fantastic to have.
And
So good, eh?
Okay, I got the panic face. I got the Travis Pastrana panic face, but that was pretty good.
Yeah,
this is very controllable.
Yeah, no problems, no spin outs.
In the damp.
Yes. Back onto the road.
So now moving on to the interior, the first thing we notice is we've got the new gauge cluster setup and the new huge infotainment screen.
Yeah, so it's a 12-inch infotainment, whereas the previous one was a 10-inch, and this is a huge improvement, pun intended.
We have the gauge cluster, that's the new style, but since it's an M car, we can set it up so we go up and down, which still isn't the best, but like you saw before, you can have your shift lights show up when you turn everything else off.
Yeah, so if you press your M mode button, that's where you can change things, and then we have road, sport, and track. Track turns off your infotainment, basically.
Keep your eyes on the road.
Focus on the racetrack.
Okay, but if we didn't want to focus on the racetrack and we wanted the screen, we have Apple CarPlay, wireless, Android Auto, wireless, but the Apple CarPlay is so good. It's gigantic. It's like the best.
Yeah, the first time I saw this Apple CarPlay, I thought it was like one of those superimposed images because it was so high res.
Yeah, it's amazing. Satellite view is next level.
Incredible.
And now if we move on to our radio, we can rewind Sirius XM satellite radio. We do have the new jump back style. So then other fun tech, this does have a 360 camera, the cool one that spins all the way around. We do have the backup assist, parking assist. If you watch our old X5 video, you'll see me using all the technology to the fullest. It's all very great.
And then we also have lane keep and adaptive cruise. This does have the traffic assist, so you can use this basically hands-free in traffic, and it works really well. I find that it sways less than the Alpina did, maybe because this is smaller.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But they're all BMW stuff is pretty good.
It is.
And then back to the wireless Apple CarPlay. So I have a wireless charger. My iPhone 12, not Max, will fit in there perfectly. How about your Max?
No, my Pro Max does not fit in there, which is kind of hilarious, to be honest.
Yeah, but I mean, they're just like mid-cycle refreshing. Like they can't expect them to well, I mean, you should, but they didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
And then our cup holders. It will fit a small cup, medium cup. I've been driving some other cars with cup holders behind the shifter, and I definitely like this style so much more.
And what about the visors?
I think it'll pass.
I don't know.
3, 2, 1. Oh!
Fail. BMW.
And then these seats and interior, color-wise.
Love it. This is a really nice contrast with the red.
I like this saddle brown, I think this is.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
It's not like, it's a good brown. I like it. A little yellow, mustard yellow.
And then we also have carbon fiber, which is matted out, which looks really cool. And the seats overall are very comfortable, and they do have massages.
It's kind of weird having like the mustard yellow on performance seats, right?
Yeah, but then the M5 logo also glows, which is really freaking cool, so.
Hey, is that a sticker that we haven't peeled yet?
Oh, I think it is.
Peel scription break. And then the stitching all matches as well. And then we have ambient light again, but it's still those same clue colors from before. We don't have like the full range of 128 colors or all the crazy stuff that, what's the one you like on Mercedes?
Red Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, strip club.
So good. Are you kind of disappointed though that there's no gaps in the seats to like stick your hands through?
I mean, I'm not disappointed.
Yeah.
It's cool that it has that on the M3 and 4.
Okay. Backseat room.
It's actually pretty good. I wouldn't mind a little bit more considering this is a 5 Series. It's not bad though. And we do have peasant blockers with this ultimate package that we have here.
Baby shades.
Yeah, well, in here, peasant blockers. Bro, this car's expensive.
Well, we maybe put a baby back there.
I mean, you can. We're both having babies.
And then there's no sunroof.
No, because we have a carbon fiber roof, so.
Which is cool. I'll allow it.
I'll take the carbon fiber over the sunroof. I don't like sunroofs, you know me. I know
yeah,
you like
I
them.
love them. I love them. And then, you know, Bowers & Wilkins sound system's always really good. Nothing really to talk about. And then to finish off the interior space, the trunk space is pretty good considering it's a sedan and the seats go down so you can slide stuff through. It's all really functional. So with all that out of the way, thank you for sticking through our slightly different style of review. Let's get to the price.
Well, this one starts at $122,000
Canadian.
And with the $21,500 ultimate package, the $6,000 titanium exhaust, the red calipers, and this paint, this is a total of $150,250.
Okay, you can't really go without the ultimate package, and you can't really go without the titanium exhaust, so.
I mean, I almost feel like you can go without the titanium exhaust because it is so loud. If you actually care about your neighbors or your neighborhood, don't get it.
Like, look how quiet it is right now.
It's dead quiet. But yeah, I mean, it pains me to say don't get a titanium exhaust. No, just get it. Just get it. Just get the freaking titanium exhaust.
So yeah, it is a lot of money, but this is like one of the most ridiculously fast sedans ever. So
it's an M5.
It's like, what can you do? Like,
yeah, I get it. This is a great car, great competitor to the E63S, and I think I actually prefer the looks of this one to the new E63 because I really don't like that new generation of looks.
Okay, but the new E-Coupe looks unreal.
It does look better on the coupes, but we're not comparing this to the coupes. We're going the sedan.
Yeah.
So I think this actually looks better now.
And then since we drove the first one in 2018, anytime I see these on the road, mad respect to anyone who has these, because like these are expensive. You know, the guy's just like chill, you know, in a subtle looking sedan, but the guy paid like 150K.
Yeah, you're a boss if you get one of these.
So let us know what you think of the new M5 competition. Should we get it in wagons in North America? Yeah, but it's not coming.
Yes, and don't forget to watch some of our other reviews that are relevant to this video that are super sedans and stuff like that. Maybe even like GT63 AMG, that's cool.
And the E63S wagon, the old one.
Also, just watch our M2 CS video because it's an M2 CS.
Okay, M2 CS or an M5.
M2 CS.
yeah.
Like that.
No, I'll get 1.5 M2 CS.
1.5.